from your hometown news leader. This is WTVY News 4 at 6.
Good evening, I'm Iyani Hughes. Thank you for joining us for News 4 at 6 o'clock. Just ahead on News 4 at 10, a deadly day across Alabama after a round of tornadoes ripped through the state, killing over a dozen. Good Monday morning. It's March 18th, 2019. I'm Iyani Hughes in for Lisa. Thank you for being with us. How's it going, Eric? It's Monday.
Pretty good.
Bright and early.
It is early.
The inauguration is over, but what's an inauguration without an inauguration parade? And so the celebration is going to take place in just a few moments, and people are lined up all down the streets. You can't see it quite yet, but once the parade starts, and we have full coverage of that later tonight, you'll be able to see that. President Trump is turning to social media in an effort to pressure Democrats into reaching a deal as the partial government shutdown reached a milestone. Kenneth Craig has the latest from New York. To talk about the arrest of Coley McCraney in the double murder of two Dothan teenagers. Marshall said that there is a lot of information that they just cannot talk about at this time. Marshall also said that this is not the end of solving cases in the state with the latest DNA technology. WTVY will have the latest on the case coming up at noon on Live at Lunch. Right. Are you going to tell us your guess later, or
10 o'clock, we're all going to reveal our
10
picks.
o'clock. All right,
so.
10 o'clock, guys. The Crash Dynamics Lab has 18 simulated accidents, and the students say it's the hands-on experience. It makes all the difference. Oh, we're easy. We're easy going. $1, $5, $5.50.
I wouldn't even want $1 million. You know, that's
really,
just
that's just too much money.
You have so many people
too much responsibility, right? All right, guys, and there's still 1 hour of News 4 this morning ahead. Stay with us for live reports on the Ozark cold case, your forecast, and more. That's just 2 minutes away. Guys, officers responded to a call here on County Road 663 where a dead body was found laying next to a burning vehicle. At this time, it is being treated as a murder investigation. Police believe they've solved the 20-year cold case murders of two Northview High School students. WTVY's investigative reporter Ken Curtis is with us. And Ken, how after all this time did investigators get a big break in this high-profile case? I'm joined now by Mike Morford and John Lorden to talk more about what this weekend's arrest means for this series. Thank you both for joining me. Since the actual parade is on concrete, the football field only does so much. So what they've been doing is practicing in their own parking lot to ensure they're as precise as possible come Monday. Feel loved and warm and hearty. You know, it's a good feeling when you eat a little homey food. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming by and telling us about that.
Thank you for having me today.
You're very welcome. 2 men are facing charges and a third is still on the run after a shooting in Dale County turned manhunt. There are tons of people here out just kind of helping to clean up, assess the damage. The fire department, the police department, the mayor was out here earlier today, and it's really devastating as you drive down the highway. As soon as you pull into the city of Eufaula, you can just see the trees are down, the land is gone. It's purely devastation. It's one of those situations where until you see it in person, you don't really understand how devastating it is. A man with a history of exposing himself in public is arrested again. I'm Iyani Hughes, and coming up, community reaction as well as ways to stay vigilant when shopping in public with children. Coley McCraney refused to take a DNA test after Tracy Hollett and J.B. Beasley died. That's just one thing we've uncovered about his past. Investigative reporter Ken Curtis has been digging for details since he first reported on this story and has more. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that you could Google, but it's nice to always have
a connection.
Face. Right. Kay Ivey has awarded nearly $2.5 million to help homeless Alabamians, including some in the Wiregrass. A massive manhunt is over after police in Virginia arrested a man that they say shot and killed 5 people in 2 separate Louisiana parishes. Is there a specific type of soup? There's obviously tons of choices, but is there certain kinds you prefer over the other? I spoke with Superintendent Dr. Phyllis Edwards today, and she tells me that so far, everything is going smoothly. Bills being filed for consideration during the 2019 legislative session, which kicks off in March. FSU meteorologist, that's the tie in case you missed it. Well, thank you guys for coming on and giving us a little more insight about what the lamplighters are. It was very insightful for me, so I'm sure they enjoyed it as well.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. All right, guys, Eric has a look at your full forecast after the break. Multiple law enforcement agencies continue to investigate a fatal wreck on Highway 27 this morning. An Alabama man has been charged with aggravated child abuse after placing a child in a clothes dryer and turning it on. We now go to our sports team all the way in Santa Clara, California. Jake Siegel and Ryan Hennessy. Good afternoon, guys. A source told ESPN Alabama quarterback Jalen Hurts took an important step towards leaving the program as he entered his name and information into the NCAA transfer portal. Months after Hurricane Michael, the Florida Panhandle is slowly recovering from the most powerful storm it's ever seen.
You know, I don't get
Eric out sleeveless. I'm sure
that very
that's a
often
sight.
in the middle of December. Thanks,
Well,
Iyani.
yeah, I
Appreciate
know,
that.
right?
That's nice, but it's February. It's supposed to be like chilly and cold still.
I think we've had enough of cold.
It's the wiregrass, right? All right, guys, thank you for being here. We're working on some news stories for News 4 at 10. Be sure to join us. We'll see you then.